So there are times you want to do an average. For Crispin, who is actually in the financial services, I'll give you a practical example of how you can use this. But let's just come up with, let's just work on the data that we have. Then we'll actually simulate some data based on your industry. So there are times when you are, maybe you have this big shop or you're in ShopRite, you want to know the average sales, for example, for Livingston or for Ndola or for Kawe.
Yeah.
I know my internet is not good. So Excel has a function called average if, which we can then now use to analyze the average sales per particular category. So like in this case, we want to analyze the average sales for books, CDs, and DVDs. So say equals average if. So we'll start with the range. A range, like I've always said, is an array, is a group of cells. A range can still be just a cell. But in this case, we are actually looking at what range, whatever, when we pick that range, we should have in mind the criteria that we want to pick. So we know that the criterion here is on the products, book, CD, and DVD. So meaning that the range which we have to pick, we're not going to pick on customers like this. That will be wrong. It's not going to rhyme. So we're actually going to pick on the DVDs, the products, and we'll lock. So the criteria is actually going to be book. We are not going to lock because we want to take them, we want to drag the formula downwards. So then now we'll go to average range. Always remember this, Jones, that you cannot average text. Mathematically, it's not possible. I don't think even in Gwembe it's possible. Jones. So we'll average the price, the numbers, the values. So we'll go to price and average like this. Then log. Press OK. So I'm able to see here, actually, when you're getting this average, I can see that the average sales, the highest is on CDs. Crispin, is it what you have gotten?
No, I was just looking at what you're doing. That's what I'm actually doing it now.
Okay, so let me just open the formula function so that we are able to see. Jones.
Mine too.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
But then he
I guess these are the numbers you're getting, Jones, isn't it?
yeah, 47, 88, 45.
In your analysis, guys, as finance experts, average is very, very important. You cannot analyze financial ratios without financial data, without looking at average. So just make it as part of your culture to include average in your analysis. I know accountants wrongly look at actuals versus budget, but budget doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. It's just a plan. So you need to bring in your average to normalize that plan in your analysis. Yes, you're going to have your average, you're going to have your budget, you're going to have your actual, also have the averages or numbers from the prior year. That actually gives a reality check to your plans. So we then now go to sum if. In this session, we're actually going to look at how we can sum sales, for example, for a specific product. And we'll conceptualize it using maybe the banking industry or financial services and whatever. So we go in here, again, we'll do the same concept. It will be equal sum if. So we'll start with the range. Again, it should also rhyme with your criteria. For example, if your criteria was Zulu as a customer, meaning that the range would be on the customers. But in this case, we know that the criteria is to do with book or CD or DVD for a product, for a specific product, meaning that the range, we're actually going to get a range of products and we're going to lock. Don't forget to lock. Whenever you're picking a range and you know that you're going to move that particular formula downwards, you just need to lock. It could be moving downwards or sideways, whatever, but you have to lock. So then you go to criteria, go there. So then sum range. So you lock the sum range. And you're able to see, at least to have a preview of the output, your result, what you're going to get. There is, it gives you a preview. So press OK. It's the same concept, guys. Take it down. Are you all there? You have gone mute. Oh, Veronica is now in the house. Vero, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I'm still trying to connect with my laptop, so I hope I manage, but I'm okay.
Okay. So this is how you do your average if and sum if, but maybe we can contextualize it in, we can look at some industry, and I know we are going to look at the financial services, because I know Crispin and Vero, they're in the financial services. So how you can use these examples? Say, for example, you have customers, say in maybe your towns, these are branches. So these are branches where your towns or branches, whichever way you call it. So you can say you have Livingstone. You know, my friend, you're making noise. Speak a bit loud. So we say you have Livingstone there. How many? Just copy Livingstone there. How many? There are 6. Copy Kasama. Mongo 2. Put followers in. You have Solwezi 4. Lusaka. Lusaka how many? Lusaka 6. So these are basically your loans. Then these are the NPLs. Jones, you know the NPLs, huh? Okay, for now, first let's remove the NPLs, the non-performing loans, so that I don't distract you from understanding the concept. So here, oh, sorry, I dropped off. Sorry. Okay, so we have loans. This one I'll write maybe 15,000, just randomly 10,000, 17,000. Okay, let me do this. Then you're going to copy what I'm going to write so that I don't waste a lot of time. I'll say rand between. It's not responding.
Can I try singing? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I want you.
Okay. Sorry, my internet is not very good.
Let me tell how to sing. I love it when you call me Senorita. I wish when you could call me Senorita. Here are some details. Can you see? I can show you images if you'd like. Luca, can you see?
So here now, guys, for Crispin and Vero in the financial services, imagine you've been given a spreadsheet, maybe with 10,000 lines with all the customers and their branches and their associated branches, maybe 10,000 rows of data. And you want to do an analysis to check the average loans being given in that particular branch or town, so that it informs your budget, because you have started your budgeting process. You want to know how much you can allocate in terms of loans or disbursements per branch, but you need to know what is the average borrowing in that particular branch. You can also go further to actually check if you isolate, you say on an annual basis, you trend from maybe 2017, you'll find that in that particular town or branch, the average borrowing is actually going down. Then you start getting worried that why is it that the borrowing now has actually gone down or it is regressing? Does it mean these customers that we have, the clients, are now going to other banks where they're getting bigger loans? Or what is happening? So you want to do that analysis. So average if is actually going to help you in coming up with a proper analysis. And this is how you'd actually do it.
Yeah.
My internet is very bad. I keep on dropping. Oh, sorry.
Even Veronica is out also. Hope she's joining.
Hope so. So here, what you want to do is to get the averages, loans in a particular town.
Thank you for sharing that.
So that actually informs you, that informs you on, you want to do an analysis because these are your customers.
Thanks for sharing.
So that you check which customers, if you are to do a ratio, how many of those customers are borrowing above average as a percentage. But also, if you are trending year on year, all you want to do is to check on whether the loan portfolio, average loan per client in that particular branch or town is growing or is reducing or has remained about the same. If it is reducing, then it becomes a very big problem for your institution, because your revenues in the financial services, your revenues is generated through interest received, what you're actually charging your clients. So meaning that your revenues start going down because the customers, the number of customers who are actually getting loans from you is going down. So like for Crispin, in your whatever branches you have in there, you trained, and maybe this is an assignment I'm going to give you just for your own analysis, for the analysis, just to benefit your company.
Oh yeah.
Start say from 2014. Put all that data. Put all the years. Use your average ifs per year, per branch, and check the averages. So if the average is going down, it is not the issue of the quantities, it is basically the average per person, per client. So if it is going down, meaning that they are becoming risk averse towards these loans. So instead of getting what they were, today we have a problem. I'm sure Vero also has a problem with the. Okay, let's just do it.
Oh yeah.
So this is how we are going to do it. So say equals average if. Are you there? Control A, open like this. So start with the range. The range in this case is that always lock the range. Always lock the range. Go to the criteria. Pick this first. Jones, is it okay? Then for the average range, pick that and lock. Do you have that, guys?
So criteria, you've just picked Livingstone only.
Yes, the first one there, because that is the first customer. So that is your first customer within Livingstone, because Livingstone, let's say, for example, in this case, you have 6 customers. So you're picking the first customer, but you're picking the town because your range is town. So you want to know the average per that particular section of your customer base. So criteria, you're picking Livingstone, but don't lock it. Average range, you cannot average text, so you're picking the values and lock.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, seems right because I mean.
Crispin, done?
Okay, yes, my computer was misbehaving, but I think I'm safe now. So average if. The range, Livingstone, I lock it. The criteria is Livingstone. I don't leave it. Then the range, I lock the range as well. Okay. Yes.
Then press OK. Okay. So here I can still use the same formula for the average if, just to get the average loans. It's the same thing, guys. Average if. So I'm picking the range this side, log. I'm picking the loans there, log. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? I'm picking the range here, I log. I'm picking the criteria in there, and I'm picking the average range this side, and I'm locking. It should start with the numbers that we have gotten this side. If it doesn't, then there's a problem. Then there's a big problem. Okay.
Sorry, in the average range on the, did you lock it? Not
Whenever you
yes.
whenever you have the average range, whenever you have the range, you should always lock, because you don't want the formula to
Not so
start moving.
the average range, the average. No, for me, after it's not it's giving me some errors. I don't know.
Meaning you have it locked. You have to lock the range and the average range always.
Average. It's average if I have the range which is Livingston. I've locked it. Then the criteria.
You don't lock the criteria. You leave it.
I don't lock the criteria. And then the average range, which is the loan amounts. This one I lock, isn't it?
Yes. Whenever you have a range, make sure that you lock.
Then, let me share my screen. Maybe I'll show you what I mean.
Okay. Let me just give you the right to share.
Okay.
You can share.
Okay. All right. Can you see it? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I'm doing. Let me start here. Saying average if. And then
Control A, yeah.
So this is the range. Then I lock it.
Lock.
Then I go to the criteria.
No, criteria pick. No. Pick criteria in there in B24. B24.
Oh, B24.
Yeah.
Okay.
The loans, the loan amount. The loan amount. Yeah.
Then the average.
I mean, sorry, yeah.
Then the okay.
Then
I
lock,
think this
lock.
Yes, I get it. Okay. I think that's why I was getting it. I was getting it wrong, because you see, I was having different amounts.
Yeah, put the small, put the comma. See?
Get it. Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
So this side, you expect that the numbers you have done the other side, where you have that spreadsheet, it should be similar to what you're getting here. It's still the same thing, where you're actually saying equals average if, average if. So you're picking the range here, you lock, tab, you pick there, which is the criteria just for that. Then you go to the average range, you lock, and press enter. Okay. Okay. So from here, if I get the sum, I'll even know the number of customers that I have here in a particular town without really counting how many. My internet today is not stable. So here now we want to sum. These are loans. You wanted to know the average loans, right? So all we want to do, we are doing an analysis. All we want to do, we want to know how much loans we actually gave per specific branch or town. So we'll say equals sum ifs. Sorry. Open that. Same concept. Range, we pick that, log. The criteria we pick from here. Sum range, you cannot sum text, meaning that it is the values. So we are actually going to pick this particular range and lock it like that. Press OK. So with these, if I do like this, number of customers, there, without counting, without counting the customers in here, just using the average loans and the total loans here, total loans, I'll be able to know how many customers per town.
Sorry, please. I've just come back.
Oh, okay. Where?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yes, I've just. I was dropping off.
Same, I have a problem as well.
Yes, I'm saying that I was dropping off. I don't know if you can just do a quick recap.
Yeah, I can. I'll start from here. Let me just delete that. So what we want to know is the average loans per customer that we are giving as a Atlas Mara. So say equals average if Control A, you have this. Just open that. So a range, because the criteria we want to actually find per town. That customer per town. So the range, we're actually going to pick this whole thing up to there. But do not forget to lock, Vero. So you lock.
Good night.
She's calling you. Go. Okay, bye. So criteria. You are picking that town or branch. You have a very huge spreadsheet. Maybe you have about 10,000 clients. So you're picking that branch.
1 up to 8.
Then go to average range. So you cannot average text zero, so meaning that it is these numbers, the loans.
Okay.
So again,
I've locked. To lock every.
Yes, you lock. Whenever, if you're picking a range, please lock. Oh, my internet has gone, I think.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Oh, I'm okay. Okay.
Yes.
So from here, you press OK. Vero, press OK and take it down. These are your averages. Okay, are we there? Vero has dropped off again. It's the issue of the internet today. Jones, are you there? Crispin?
On the average loans, yes, on the average loans, I'm getting different values. On the not here where we are looking at the summary. On H, yes.
So,
what's the formula?
Meaning you are doing it
getting
wrong.
a different amount.
No.
I
You
think
should get
so.
the similar numbers. So you say
Yeah.
average if Control A.
Yes.
So the range you're picking is that you log. Criteria you come to here. See?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Average range, you pick that.
Okay. I get it.
So, Vero, are you there now? We have a similar problem today with Vero. I think the internet is not very good. It's not stable. Yeah. So from here.
Yes, I'm okay now. This is perfect. Then the sum if now. So the range just should be on the sum if the range just should be Livingston.
Yes.
The whole on the towns. And then a log, then the criteria will be just Livingston.
Yes, just Livingston. Don't lock the criteria.
Okay, sure. And then the loans, the average sum if the sum range will be, of course, the loans amount.
Yes.
Then I lock it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm sure you have these numbers.
Yes.
So
the sum if basically these are the summations of everything.
For the loans,
okay.
yes. So if you want to get the number of customers, if you don't want to use the Countif function, you can just say equals the total loans divided by the averages. It will give you the numbers. You can even verify this side. So Kasama, there are 3. I'm able to see the Kasama, there are 3. Mongo, there are 2. I'm able to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So here, if I'm doing an analysis, a detailed analysis, I would want to know how many of these customers got loans below the average. So I can put in what I can call a flag. I can just do like this. So what I'm expecting here, my interest is to check those that are actually getting, for example, above average. So this flag is going to be like this. I'll say equals, I'll put in an if function, because if equals if, Control A. So all I'm saying is, if this number here the loan is greater or equal to the average there. If it is greater or equal to the average, if it is true, I want it to give me 0. Otherwise, to give me 1, because I'm interested in those that got loans below the average. So I'll type 1 like that.
Okay, so if C23,
which is basically the loan, the actual loan amount,
which is the actual loan, is greater
or equal to the average.
To the average. Okay, then 0.
0, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not interested in that. Otherwise, give me 1.
Oh. Okay, truth. Okay. Right.
So here I'll press 1 like this. So I'm interested in those customers that got a loan below average. Jones, are we there?
We are good.
Okay.
We are good.
Data analytics is very nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the real thing. I mean, everything else is escorting people to like.
So from here now, we'll say we want to know how many of these customers got loans below the average. So get in here and say equals, sorry. Vero, she has a problem with the internet, and she'll follow the video. So here now, we'll say equals Countif. Control A. Same principle, Countif. So do this. Here, instead of Countif, because the Countif is just going to give us this range, which we don't want. So here we're going to use Countifs. Guys, today it is not easy. So in here, team, this is the last part. In here, I have a problem with the internet, trust me. In here, I'll say equals Countifs, and I'll send the video. Countifs, this is what we're going to do. Countifs. So we'll start with the criteria range number 1. The criteria range number 1 will go to these flags and pick the range for that flag. Criteria range number 1, local. Very immediately we are done, I'll send the video on YouTube, then I'll send the link.
Okay.
Me and you were in the same WhatsApp group today. Internet is not favoring us. So That will be the criteria range. So here, criteria number 1, I'll type 1 because I want those customers who got loans below the average. And you are going to see some interesting analysis that we're going to do. Then we'll go to criteria range number 2. Criteria range number 2 would be the towns here, lock. That's the criteria range number 2. The criteria will be the town, which in this case is Livingstone. This is bad. Sorry.
So the criteria range number 2 should be 0, right?
Criteria range number 2, it is you are picking the towns. This.
Oh, okay.
Criteria range number 2, you're picking these towns. You lock. Then your criteria range is the town here. So you can press OK. So what is just interesting here is that for the first one, for Livingstone, Mongo, Solwezi, and Lusaka, it was 50% of the customers had got loans above the average. So what it means that the numbers were a bit evenly distributed. How are you getting me?
Yes.
For Kasama, there's a problem.
Lusaka, Livingstone, Mongo, and Livingstone. They got, yeah, okay.
Yeah. For Kasama, what it means that you had the 2 customers who got above average. But even when they got above average, for those in Kasama, the customers in Kasama, the difference between the average and the loans they got was slightly minimal. That is what it means for those 3 in Kasama. And even the one who actually got lower than the average was almost closer to the average. So if you check Kasama here, this is the average. The average was 35. Kasama, this customer got 26. The rest was 41 and 31. They were almost close. So here you have a problem. The problem that you have, it's just only Kasama. At least for these, the rest there, it was 50%. So if you're actually looking at the percentage of the customers who got below average, you see, this is what you're getting. It's just on the other one where you're going to get 0.3 or 33%. So then, if you are doing an analysis, Vero in the bank, this is what you're going to flag. The rest there, okay. Jones,
Mhm.
I don't know if you're seeing the relevance of this analysis.
Yes,
Mm.
it's making a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Yes, it's making a lot of sense.
So if it is zero in the bank, you have done all this analysis for the customers, whatever. So if you find that Kasama here, you had only one person, if anything, even Kasama is actually okay. It is this that maybe you can start questioning, but it's still fine. Because all you're saying here under Kasama is that you only had one person who borrowed below average.
Correct.
So you only had 33% of your customers who borrowed below average compared to the rest of the towns.
That had more customers borrowing below average.
Yes, that had more customers borrowing below average. So Kasama becomes your poster child of some kind, your poster town. That maybe in Kasama, there's something that you're doing, because if they are actually borrowing, a lot of them are borrowing above average, meaning that even your projections become a bit predictable. If, for example, you had under Kasama here, the people borrowed below average were 2, then you have problems. You have problems because you cannot predict nicely. It means that there should have been 1 or 2 customers who actually their maximum loan that they obtained was the difference between the maximum loan obtained and the minimum was very high. So if I was to do this,
Yeah.
I would say equals max. Now again, I have to do max if. Yeah, okay, let me just leave it for now. So it means that maybe there should have been, just in that town, there's one big person in terms of financial who got a very big loan, maybe got 200,000. The rest were getting to my 20, 15 and whatever. And this is why you want to see
But
more
also,
people. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but also as a loan portfolio manager, this actually shows you how your team is performing.
Mm-hmm.
Because given these customers, given that they've got a higher income, actually, they can all of them get above average. But then you have a lot of them getting below average by those 50%. It shows you how maybe your team is mis-selling. So they are not understanding the product, and then they are not explaining to the customer properly.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore they are not matching their needs. And you can't even exhaust your budget. So next time when you are in your credit committee and you're requesting for more money, they'll be able to tell you to say, look, but you can't even meet the you are literally, what you are asking for is so much compared to what you're giving out, because everybody else is getting below the average.
So here maybe the target should have been maybe 75%, that the customers that are getting they are getting a loan at least above the average, and 5% of those customers.
Average, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you.
Very good
for
analysis.
this. Yeah. So we'll stop here. Please, Jones.
Just a quick one on your percentage. How did you work out that percentage?
It is basically your below average divided by your total number of customers.
Okay.
So we'll end here. I know tomorrow is a bit busy for me in the evenings. I hope maybe 15 or so. I'll send a notification on WhatsApp what time we can start. Yeah, but it's a bit busy.
Okay.
Mm.
Do you have any case scenarios, for example, where you can share the data, then it gets to be analyzed?
I don't have. I'll have to create. I'll certainly create.
Okay.
Mm. Okay. Thank you so much, and bye bye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.